A little while back, Disney released their own Cars Kahoot game, and in that, they actually revealed, probably by accident, a new look at Mater and Fillmore for the upcoming Cars Disney Plus show. I thought it would be cool to do a video where I took that quiz, but I took a look at the questions and they were all entirely too easy, clearly made for a younger demographic. So I did some searching online for other Cars quizzes. I looked through some of them, and most of them were just basic knowledge, a lot of very simple things. Again, mostly made appropriately for younger kids. But I wanted to do a video where I took a more challenging Cars quiz, so I reached out to my friend RobinTalesFighter, who previously made a quiz about my Cars Adventure series, which I took, and I asked him if he could make me a quiz about the Cars movies and just the Cars series in general. And he delivered. So, hello everybody! Welcome back to another video. Today, I am going to be taking RobinTalesFighter's Disney Cars quiz. I have no idea how long this quiz is, how many questions, what those questions are about. So, really excited to start this. And if you guys want to do the quiz, I'll leave a link to it in the description. Maybe you could, pull it up while you watch this video and do it while I do it, or do it after, or whatever. But I will be showing the answers to the quiz at the end of the video as I check my answers. Anyway, though, let's get started. Alright, so first, before we even start the quiz, who is your favorite Cars character? Honestly, I think I'm going to say Cal Weathers. I know I've said this before. I've always really liked secondary characters, just in general. I really liked Cal for whatever reason. I don't know why, but I've always really liked him, so we'll say Cal. Moving on now. Alright. Got quite a few questions. Alright. What kind of race was the canceled Paris race? Okay. I told him to make it difficult. Clearly he did. Okay. So what kind of race was the canceled Paris race? One of the races in Cars 2 was to be in Paris, and that was canceled. Normal Grand Prix race, endurance race, rally race, NASCAR race, or drag race. It wouldn't be a NASCAR race. I've seen this. I watched this deleted scene recently. It was either an endurance race or a rally race. I'm gonna say it was a rally race, I'm pretty sure. What kind of troops are the troops that are with Josh Coolant? Normal Army, paratroops, or Marines? I believe it is paratroops. RobinTalesFighter actually told me that after I did my review on Josh, so I believe it's that. Why does Mac wake up after the tuners drive away? He noticed McQueen was gone, DJ was playing his music too loud, Snotrod sneezed, or he crashed. Pretty sure it was because of Snotrod. How much money, oh my gosh, how much money did McQueen owe Mater for being his lawyer? Right, because he turns to McQueen and goes, that's whatever amount of money in lawyer fees. Man. Honestly, I'm compelled to click other. But I don't know. I'm gonna say I think it's 44,000. I think somewhere in that ballpark. All right. How did the tractors escape their field? Frank broke the fence. Sheriff opened the fence. Lightning and Mater broke the fence. They broke the fence themselves. Lightning and Mater did when they're chasing Frank. They break through the fence, and somehow Frank can't destroy the fence as well and chase after them. I'm just gonna point that out. Which of these characters does not appear in all three Cars movies? Doc, Lizzie, Daryl, Bob. That would be Bob Cutlass. Now, Doc doesn't, physically appear in Cars 2, but he does appear in the form of the Hudson Hornet Piston Cup. There's a statue of him on it, and I'm pretty sure there's probably a picture of him somewhere in the movie. How many different Chrome spies did we meet in Cars 2? Well, obviously it's 200. Mater doesn't count. Okay, we'll do the math here. Finn McMissile, Holly Shiftwell, Leland Turbo, and Rod Torque Redline. Do you count Siddeley and Stephenson the Train? I say you would count those, right? So that is 6. How many different paint jobs does Ramon have in all the Cars movies and shorts? Great. I did great with the paint job question on the Cars Adventures quiz. That was sarcasm. You know what I'm gonna do? I think I own the majority of the Ramon paint jobs. I don't have every Ramon diecast, but I have most of the paint jobs. So I'm going to look at my Ramon collection. Unfortunately, my collection is a bit disorderly right now, but let's see. Purple Ramon, hydraulic Ramon, yellow Ramon, green Ramon, old school Ramon, lightning Ramon. That is 6, I think. Ghostlight Ramon, the artist Ramon, I think they called it. Union Jack Ramon, Radiator Springs Ramon, and then he has 3 in Cars 3. That brings us to 13. So I'm going to say 14. It's probably more than that because, again, I don't have every Ramon. I'm going to say 14. What type of racing does Frosty do? I think, would it be the top option WTM, WTCL, sorry, DTM, WTCL? That logo is on the Russian racer. But I'm not sure if it's on Frosty. V8 supercars, ice racing, endurance racing. I'm gonna say endurance racing. Or would it be this one because he's the same model as Max Schnell? You know, I'm just gonna go with that one. Which of these characters was never planned to race in the World Grand Prix? Fabrizio, the King, Michael Schumacher, or Chick Hicks? Okay, so I did a video on the King potentially being in the World Grand Prix, and I did one on Fabrizio. I'm going to go Michael Schumacher. I'm pretty sure he definitely wasn't considered. He was just a cameo in the first movie. I'm not sure if Chick Hicks was considered, though. Let's move on to the next one. Ooh. Name the character. Okay. Let's see. All right, there's another section after this still. Of which character does Sterling have a picture in his office? That would be Miles Axelrod. Hopefully I don't get any points off for spelling. Who appears in 3 different movies, but not in all 3 Cars movies? That's a clever one. Brent Mustangberger. I really hope I spelled that right. Trying not to look at any of the Meet the Cars books or anything. I'm recording my whole screen right now, so you'd be able to tell if I open another tab or something. But Brent was in Cars 2 and both Planes movies, so that's a pretty clever question. Who was the new character introduced in Fast as Lightning? Peter Raysanov, I believe was his name, but I'm not sure if I'm going to spell it right. I believe it was Pytor. Raysanov. What's that? Would it be that? We'll go with that. Who is the best dirt racer in Cars 2? Right, because they say that when they're in the dirt section. Pretty sure it is Raul Sarul. Let's hope I don't get points off for the accent mark on the C in his name. Next. True or false? Francesco wins the World Grand Prix. Technically, we don't see who does, but false. Sarge and Fillmore are best friends. Friends is a very strong term. I'd say true. Jeff Gorvette and Nigel Gearsley are also race cars in real life. False. Nobody is a car in real life. No, I'm just kidding. It is Jeff Gorvette and Lewis Hamilton, of course, are actual racers in real life. Vitaly Petrov appears in the credits of Cars 2. He does. Kabuto is in Cars 2. That is true. One lemon died at the oil rig. At least one did, right? Cars 2. It could get pretty violent at times. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's true. The next generation race cars also exist in real life. So I'm not that good with real world racing, but I mean, if you watch a NASCAR race today, you're not going to see something that looks like Jackson Storm. But I remember seeing in behind the scenes stuff for Cars 3, they consulted with actual car designers who gave them the idea of what race cars could look like in the future and probably would look like in the future. I'm going to say false. Fabrizio is based on a car of which at least 10 were made. This one, I feel like, is a trick question. Because you see, they made a car. Of course, more than 10 of the car was made. But I'm betting, considering the fact that it's a question, that at least 10 were made. I'm going to say it's false. You know, Fabrizio, when we see him in Cars 2, he's treated like a celebrity. And I'm not sure, but maybe that's because less than 10 cars of his model were made? Alright, let's see though. We're going to submit the quiz and see how I did. Okay. View score. 14 out of 22! That's... I mean... That's alright, I got 8 wrong. Okay, let's see. What kind of race was a Paris race? It was an endurance race. Paratroops? Snot Rod sneezed. It was $32,000. Okay. The tractors escaped. I got that right. Bob, I got right. Chrome Spies. It was 6. It was 14 paint jobs for Ramon. So I'm only missing 1 Ramon paint job, I think. Not counting Saludos Amigos. I counted that when I counted the Ramones. What type of racing does Frosty do? V8 supercars. I didn't even consider that. Okay. Which of the following was planned to race? Michael Schumacher was going to be in the World Grand Prix? I need to rewatch that episode of The Story Of that I did. Alright. So, spelt Brent Mustang Burger wrong. I used an E instead of a U. I'm going to give myself that point. I got 1 letter wrong. Okay. I had the right thing in mind. I did spell this guy's name wrong. And I spelt... alright, so Raul... I guess I spelt wrong in some way. But I was thinking of the right character. So you know what? I think that bumps my score up to a 16 out of 22. I just did some spelling errors there. Once again, you know, I think some, if there are any like issues with the quiz, sure, RobinTalesFighter will fix them. Like, for example, here, I think I got a point off because I had it capitalized. I had his last name capitalized, and here it's lowercase. True or false? Francesco wins the World Grand Prix. That's false. Sergeant Fulmer are best friends. True. Jeff and Nigel are also race cars in real life. Was Nigel? Or was it the specific, like, car model? Is that what the question was? I took it as, you know, the person playing them, because Lewis Hamilton and Jeff Gordon, of course, are real-life race car drivers who voiced characters in Cars 2. But was the question... Did I read the question wrong? Was it that, was it asking if that type of car existed in real life, maybe? I'm not too sure. Vitaly Petrov did appear in the credits of Cars 2. Kabuto was in Cars 2. 1 lemon died at the oil rig is false. So either no lemons died, or more of them did. Next generation cars don't exist. And Fabrizio was based on a car of which at least 10 were made is false. That's really interesting. I gotta look into that. Anyway, though, guys, that is my score. Basically 16 out of 22 because I had some spelling errors. Make sure to go in the description of this video. Take this quiz for yourself. Thank you once again to RobinTalesFighter for making it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.